Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a swatch and review on the KL Polish Ethereal Garden collection. I did pick up the box set of this collection because I do believe you save a little bit of money, and I also picked it up when she first released it. I actually thought the shipping for this was extremely quick. So I purchased this and it was at my door 2 days later. The shipping was ridiculously fast, especially for a pre-launch. I thought the shipping was going to take a lot longer, but I've actually had pretty good luck with KL Polish's shipping. It's normally at my house within the week. I'm going to be doing a little bit of color comparisons for you guys this video. I like to do color comparisons for KL Polish because she normally releases cream formulas. I do feel that I could find very similar colors already in my collection. And especially with these, because they are very like pastel colors, I think I was able to find quite a few dupes for some of these. And even if I wasn't able to find dupes, I was able to find similar enough colors that if you guys had these polishes already in your collection, those colors may not be worth picking up. But of course, if you are a very big Kathleen fan, then you won't really mind if you have multiples of the collection or of these colors already in your collection. I went ahead and just picked them up even though I knew I was going to have some of these colors already in my collection. So let's get started with the swatch and review. I do have my little nail wheel here. The first color I want to talk about is in the color Selene. Now this is a very pretty canary yellow polish. It does have some very fine like silver micro glitter in there, very fine. At first when I was applying this polish, I thought that micro glitter was making this polish kind of feel a little bit textured and a little bit chunky, but when I fully built this up with 2 to 3 coats, the first time I did it I was able to do it in 2 coats, but then the second time I ended up doing much thinner coats, and I ended up using it ended up taking me 3 coats to get this polish fully opaque. One thing to note with this is that the polish does dry down a little bit darker than what you see in the bottle. In the bottle it looks like this very soft, like I said, canary yellow, like pastel looking canary yellow, but it dries down more to like a mustardy color. I was not able to find a dupe for this in my entire collection. Most of the colors that I compared it to were either had too much of like a brown base to it, because this does have like that kind of like mustardy, like brownish undertone to it, or they were very bright, like they had too much of a white base to it. So I honestly was not able to find anything like this, not even counting the fact that this had glitter in it. I just tried to find something that it was a similar tone and I couldn't. Now the shimmer in here is very fine. It's very light. So in my opinion, you're not really going to be able to see it on the nails unless you're looking for it. The next polish in the collection is Dream Boy, and this is a very white based, like lavenderish purple color. Really pretty, and I honestly was very impressed with this formula. Normally with pastels, they tend to be a little bit streaky, a little bit patchy, and you need a little bit of work to really build up the coats nice and even. This was fully opaque in just 2 coats, and it dried pretty quickly, so I was able to build those coats up really nicely. Now I did want to show you guys a polish from a previous collection. This is called Hug and Roll. I don't actually have this on my nail wheel. This is also kind of like a very white base lavenderish purple, but it has a little bit of pink to it. So I wanted to show you guys them side by side. So this is Hug and Roll and this is Dream Boy. So as you can see, they are very similar, but Dream Boy just has a little bit more purple in it and Hug and Roll has a little bit more pink. So I do have a few color comparisons for you guys for Dream Boy, but I honestly wasn't able to find an exact dupe for it. This is Dream Boy right here. This polish is from Essence. It's in the color So What. The next polish here is from Zoya. And then the last polish is from Blush Lacquer, and it's in Grape Taffy. This is actually a polish that I picked up from PolishCon. The one from Zoya is in the color Abbey. And as you guys can see from the color wheel, they're not quite like exact dupes, but they are very similar in tone. I feel like the Essence one pulls a little bit more gray. The one from Zoya has a little bit more purple in it, and then the one from Blush Lacquer definitely is a little bit more on the pinky side. But I absolutely love the formula of the KL polish. Like I said, I was able to get it fully opaque in just 2 coats. The next polish in the collection is Pinky, and it's more of like a pinky peach polish, but it is a little bit more on the sheer side. I don't have that many Essie polishes, but I think there is a polish that is very similar to this. The picture I'm showing you guys is actually 5 coats of this polish. I was never able to get it fully opaque where you couldn't see my visible nail line. I'm just not the type of person that likes very sheer polishes like this. I think I may be able to use this for like a jelly sandwich or something like that, but quite honestly, this is not a polish that I would wear on its own. But I know there's lots of people that do like these sheer polishes. So if you do like them, then this may be one worth picking up. But I do have one from Zoya that's the exact same color. This is in the color April. And I feel like the Zoya one is a little bit more opaque. It's not so much that like sheer finish. So here it is on the color wheel. Here you have the KL polish, and then you have the Zoya polish in April. So as you can see, they are exact dupes from each other. I feel like April has a little bit more of an opaque base, so you can build this polish up on its own in just 3 coats, and I really like the formula of the Zoya one as well. The next polish in the collection is called Miss Kensington, and I was also very impressed with the formula of this one. So this is a very white base mint green polish. Absolutely stunning. Fully opaque in just 2 coats. The first coat was actually really nice and opaque already, but it did take 2 coats to kind of even everything out. So the first color comparison I have for you guys is from China Glaze. This is in the color Refreshment, which I believe is a permanent color. So here you have the KL polish, and then here you have the polish in Refreshment. I do have 2 others that are kind of very similar in tone. The first one is from Zoya, and it's in the color Lake, and then the next one is from Essence, and this is Play With My Mint. Here they are in the color wheel. This is the one from Zoya, which does have a little bit of blue in it, so it's like a bluish green mint color. And then this one here is from Essence, which does have a lot more green in it, so it's not as white base as the KL polish, but it's still a very similar tone. But I would definitely say that the KL polish and the China Glaze polishes are exact dupes for each other. I know Refreshment is a very popular color. I've had this color in my collection for a while, but I do believe this is still a permanent color. So if you already have Refreshment, I would just skip on the KL polish one, because honestly they have pretty much the same formula in my opinion. So the next polish in the collection is called Charmed, and this is a stunning polish. So it's this very pretty light purple with this iridescent blue shimmer throughout the polish, and that blue shimmer is very strong on the nails. Honestly, I was able to find one polish that was similar, but not even close enough to call it comparison. But I still wanted to show you guys because I feel like this was a very popular collection. This is from China Glaze, and it's called Let's Jam. This was released maybe about 3 years ago, and it's a very similar color, except this purple is a little bit more vibrant, and it does, in the bottle, it does have that iridescent blue shift to it, but honestly on the nails it's not as apparent. So here it is on the color wheel. Granted, I do not have a top coat on it. This is from KL polish, and this is the one from China Glaze. Once you put a top coat on the one from China Glaze, that shimmer is a little bit more apparent, but even then I still don't think it's as apparent enough as the one from KL polish. I feel like the KL polish one, that shift really does come out. So for that reason, I think this is one of the more unique polishes in this collection. I think this is one of the polishes definitely worth getting. However, you do want to be careful when applying this polish. It is a little bit on the brush strokey side, so you just want to be careful when applying your coats that you apply them like nice and evenly and all your strokes are in one direction. This was fully opaque on me in 3 coats. I thought it needed a little bit more like vibrancy to deepen up the color a little bit more, which is why I did that 3rd coat. but honestly you can get away with just 2 coats with this polish. And then the last polish in the collection is called Gum Would Be Perfection, and this is the baby pink, so it's a very white base baby pink polish. The first color comparison that I thought of when I was swatching this polish is actually from Butter London. Before I forget, this polish was actually fully opaque in just 2 coats. It has a very, very nice formula like the rest of the pastels in this collection. So the first color comparison, like I said, is from Butter London, and this is Teddy Girl. I thought this was going to be pretty much an exact dupe because it is the lightest white base pink that I have in my collection, or so I thought, but this actually pulls a little bit more on the peachy side. I do have 2 other polishes that are just a hint darker than the KO polish, but they are closer in tone to the KO polishes if you already have this in your collection. So the first one is from Zoya, it's in the color Jordan, and the other one is from Essie, and it's called Be Awesome Tonight. So here they are on the color wheel. This one right here is the KL polish. This is the Butter London one. So as you guys can see, it is a very like white based pink, but it almost has a hint of peach to it. So this one is from Zoya, and then this one is the Essie one. As you can see, the ones from Zoya and Essie are closer in tone to the KL polish, but they do have a little bit more pink to it. The KL polish is a little bit more of a like white. It has a little bit more of a white base to it, so it's not going to be as intense in color as the other ones. But honestly, on the nails, they all looked the same to me. So that's it. That's my entire swatch and review of the KL polish, along with some color comparisons for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you do. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I currently post 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And then on Sundays, I'd like to post a weekly makeup basket. So hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.